Man, I love that music, and it makes me feel really, really thirsty.
Yeah, awesome.
How long did it take to write?
What, BWS?
Yes, yeah.
Did you write it in the time you think you can?
No. It was over. It was probably a week, but not from 11 o'clock till 5 each day. all up week. Yeah, and you fine tune it as you go along. So I could have spent 2 weeks all up doing it, getting it to a good demo form. Yeah.
Now, you've got an alternative personality as well. You've got the Bowie side to you.
Oh, you'd say that? Yeah. Well, it's funny because I play in a band called the Bowie Band, a tribute band.
Yeah.
Just did our first gig last Saturday, actually, at Rochford Wineries up there near Coldstream. That went down well.
And which sort of era of Bowie do you cover?
We're going, early 70s, right up to 2000.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a favourite track of his?
I think currently it's called Little Wonder. It was off his Earthling album, 98, 99, I think he released that. Just the strangest lyrics, which, his opening lyrics in that stinky weather, fat, shaky hands, dopey morning, grumpy gnomes. Can you believe that?
Wow. That's just blown my mind.
Yes. Blows mine too. I think he was searching
what was he on when he wrote
it? He probably wouldn't have been on anything. I don't think he was on anything for a long time in his life. After 30 or something, 30 years old, 35.
I think during his Thin White Duke era, he was a bit tasting a few things.
Yeah, he was thin, wasn't
he? Yes, he was definitely then. What is it about Bowie that you admire? The fact that he sung Little Drummer Boy with Bing Crosby? Or?
Just, no. It's the diversity of the man, how he changed. He just recorded everything. He switched musos to create, to keep the whole creation going, and getting the best out of his recording and different aspects from different people. Just an amazing being, I would say. He just never stopped writing right up until his last album, which was released just after he died, 2 days after he died. So it's just brilliant to the end. And he looked great too.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I mean, you go back to Aladdin Sane or Ziggy Stardust, of that sort of era as well. That was absolutely great.
Yeah.
The original band he had with him were called the Rats, and they came from Hull in England. Mick Ronson and his brother and a few other members. And it's a shame that he kept Ronson on him for a while, but then he dispersed with him, or dispersed. And that was it, yes. And that was a bit sad, actually. But I suppose that's band life, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, well, I think there are a lot of... I think he had to... I'm not quoting here, but Bowie said he needed to let go of Ziggy because it was becoming too much of him. So, only he knew what to do with it, and it's letting the whole band go, then there you go.
No, he's great. You were talking earlier on about the Beatles. Have you ever seen any of those survivors at the concert?
No. Oh, Paul McCartney, yes. MCG, before the millennium. He was great. I was just astounded, going, I'm looking at Paul McCartney.
That's right. Yes. And the way he's on stage for all that time, doesn't take a break, and he's tremendous. The only thing I found about here in Melbourne at the stadium is that a lot of the sound was lost because it goes up instead of around. I'd prefer to see him in an indoor concert, but never mind.
True. Yeah. I saw U2 there, and I was right up Southern Stand, and the sound was terrible. The band were great. The show was great.
Yeah.
You're right there.
Well, that's what happens when you put a massive PA in an echo chamber. It's going to sound crap.
Yeah, I think he called the MCG a giant ashtray.
Probably quite right too. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to take the interview in another direction. If you had the opportunity to collaborate with someone, past or present, who would it be, and what would they bring to your music or stage show?
Oh, what a bunch of questions. Look, it'd have to be John Lennon. His lyrics and his songwriting ability were fantastic. What would he bring to the stage show? He'd bring people. That's what he'd bring. Me up there with John Lennon. That's what he'd bring. All right, no mistake about it. And what was the other last point there, Matt? What would he bring?
Yeah, you've covered it.
Covered it?
Yeah.
Cool. He was great.
He was. I love John Lennon's book too, in his own right. I find that quite clever.
Yeah.
Actually, I still refer to it every now and then.
Yeah.
Now, when you've been on the road, I mean, you've been in bands since high school. What road stories have you got?
Now, before we go any further, we're not going to tell your partners or wives or anyone.
Wives?
Okay. Yeah.
Wives.
Okay.
It could be naughty and nice. We don't mind. We won't tell anyone.
My current wives. Yeah. No, I don't have a wife. I'm single at the moment. No, to be honest with you, to be honest with you, I reckon all up I've played in at one original band. That was when I was in the 20s, called Oxley Close. And I've probably played in 5 cover bands since then, with long periods in between. So road stories. There's a few that I can't remember. They're all purple and hazy. Yeah. On the weekend, there was no stories to tell there. Look, in the younger days, I played in the band Public Notice, and with Paul Swan, actually. Paul Swan, his brother Andrew Swan, and Simon Rhodes. It was just naughty things. We're all 20 years old, and what a 20-year-old's in a band going to do? We're going to get up to naughty stuff. I don't think I can say it.
Well, we don't mind. This is what we want. We want to hear about all the naughty stuff that happened on the road.
Well, what age group listens to your show?
It varies.
It varies, yes. We had lots of moralistic fun. We're all good boys.
Yes. All right. Yeah. All right. Just letting your libido go. Yeah.
And I'm the Pope.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Yes.
Oh, this is awesome. Now,
what
go for it, Tony.
All right. What gave you the idea of doing a sort of homage to Bowie?
Look, I love Bowie. You would find him in my house. My voice suits. The band was already there. And I just love him, you know. And I tell you, studying his songs to sing in this band, his music and lyric, has really helped my voice progress. And I find studying his lyric, especially, I've had to make up my own storyline to his songs because they don't make sense, a lot of them. So I'm in between the lines. I'm making up stuff so I remember it. And I've been waking up in the morning hearing his stuff. Just a brilliant artist. He was a true artist, really.
And is there a call for Bowie cover bands?
Well, I think so. The audience last Saturday night really got off on it, and you know, there's some diehards who come along.
That's great.
Yeah, but thank God I don't have to dress up and wear jumpsuits and wigs. I think I'd look a bit ridiculous. I'd look very much un-Bowie-like. So.
Would you? Oh.
Yeah.
I used to wear a jumpsuit. Yes, I remember those days. Yes.
Yeah, right. What were you doing?
Playing bass and
right.
During the glitter era.
Yeah.
No.
So, what's the name of the Bowie cover band that you're in?
The Bowie Band.
Okay.
There, can you?
I can't quite see that.
No.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there we are. Yeah, wow. Look at that. You still got that outfit.
He still wears it from time to time.
Only for you, Max.
No,
you get off on it. Come on.
I thought you only wore it out on date night.
Yeah, with 60, 70-year-old women. Yeah, that's right.
Nothing wrong with that, mate. You've got to live right to the end.
I'm not even
right to the end. Yeah.
Meow. Oh, shit. Where do I go from here? Now, we've talked about things all naughty and nice.
Yeah.
If you had to share the stage with the Wiggles, what song would you cover with them?
What song would I cover?
Yeah. Whether it be one of theirs, one of yours, or someone else's.
Yeah, right. Probably. I'm in the studio now recording a new song, and it's called "Sometimes the Only Thing to Say Is Fuck It." So, and that actually it started off as a children's song.
Oh.
It's a children's song. So when I was living with a lovely lady and her 3 children, and they were coming home from primary school, and they were picking up on this swear words, and they were starting to say it willy-nilly and everywhere. Yes. And I pulled them up and said, right, it's okay to say it in this way at this point in time, but in other ways, no. Hence the song, Sometimes the Only Thing to Say Is Fuck It.
Oh, that's great. Oh, well done.
No worries.
That's brilliant. It really is.
Cool.
With going back to Mars, there's a lot of sort of influences in there.
Yeah.
Or quite a few sort of genres. It's almost psychedelic, but it's not. It's a bit sort of rocky. It's futuristic. It's
very Bowie-ish.
Would you say that?
I wouldn't. Matt would. All right, fair enough, Matt. But what drove you to write in that style compared to the other two? Because it's very different to the other two.
Yeah. I was listening to a lot of Triple J at the time. I just ventured away from commercial radio, and some of the stuff on there was fantastic. So I wrote Mars with the new sort of sounds, new influences from Triple J, and I just wanted more music more music. I didn't want to say too much, though the other guys forced me to put some more lyric in the verses, sort of a chant, get a chant going. And that was Bowie influence, that chant too. He had some influence on me there. But it was more Triple J inspired.
Oh.
Yeah.
So why the going back to Mars?
Okay. Why write about Mars? Yeah.
Yes.
It's not Mars bars. I think that's what you said last time on the show.
That's right.
Yeah. Look, it's an explorative song, and it's also an environmental song. I was looking at pictures of Mars online. It amazed me. It was so barren. And I just got to thinking, well, what if we actually lived there before, long before we can recall?
Mm-hmm.
We trashed it. We journeyed to Earth. We live here, and now we're trashing Earth. Now we've got to go back to Mars.
That makes sense. That's quite.
That's
yes.
Deep.
Yes.
Deep. Yeah. Well, think about it. Some people go, yeah, that's the truth. And I go, well, look, you never know. It could be, but it's more environmental.
I like it.
That's great. Yes.
And I don't need to wear a tinfoil hat to like it.
No, you can take that off your head now, mate. That's fine.
Come on. I'll have to recycle
it. yeah, do that, mate. Be an environmentalist, that's it.
Before we go, what the bands you've been in, you said you were in, I can't remember how many cover bands.
Yeah.
What were their names, and what was the style of music that you were playing at the time?
So Public Notice, that was all top 40 hits. That was late 80s, early 90s. And then there was Wildcard. Now that was all the hits from 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. Oh, actually, no, it would have been 2000s. It would have been 90s. Did a few gigs with Bigger Than Texas. That was the same thing. In a pub, everyone wants to rock on. Now the Bowie band. There was a small stint with Sugarfoot. That was more corporate gigs, that type of thing. Yeah, people just want the show. So I've done a lot of karaoke as well.
Nice. So if there's a song that gets requested from time to time and some bogans happen to suggest it, what song do you refuse to play?
Anything Cold Chisel or Jimmy Barnes. I mean, that's, it's because they got great songs, but I cannot sing them.
Right.
I just can't sing them. His voice.
If someone asks for the horses, what's your view?
Well, there's a paddock down the road with about 3 horses in them, so you can. Is that what you meant?
And last of all, Hotel California. What's your opinion of it? Yay or nay?
Just in a word?
No, as a song that you might have to perform.
No, I don't want to perform that one.
I find it.
He's in.
What you saying, Matt?
Oh, we can listen to this gentleman. He doesn't perform all the songs we love.
No, not all of them. No.
Good. What I find about Hotel California is, I think originally when it came out, it was a great song, but it's been so overplayed.
Well, that's it.
It's in bloody supermarket at Easter time,
That's
it really
it.
Is. And
it's just.
It's so
overplayed. I think I must have heard it 10,000 times, you know, with the radio going at work. It's like April Sun in Cuba. I just won't do them anymore, you know.
No.
And
I
all
quite
due
agree.
respect, all due respect.
Yeah, but April,
yes.
the complexity of April Sun in Cuba is quite good. The A sus4 to the A.
Yeah. Sure, mate.
If you know how to play 4 chords, you can play most of these songs.
Yep. No, kudos to April Sun in Cuba. The people still love it, you know. But it's moved on now. Like the young people now know. It's more of a older person's crowd. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm older too, so
Didn't
that's
ScoMo, ScoMo
we're
try
old.
it recently?
Did he?
Yeah, ScoMo butchered it.
Yes.
But,
Did he sing that song?
Yeah.
But
Yes.
you know what?
Yeah.
Dragon could have used that as an awesome marketing tool and gone, you know what? ScoMo butchered it, but we're all going to give you a lesson on how to play it so you can play it better than the ScoMo.
Yeah, well, true. Well, maybe ScoMo and Daniel Andrews can sing together, Get on the Beers. You know? That's a great song.
Great.
Yeah, I know. It is. Or they can sing, am I ever going to see your face again? And we can all chant the magical words.
Yes, ScoMo can do the magical words. Yeah. And Daniel Andrews, lead singer.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be good to go and see.
You know what? I would actually pay to go see it.
In their jumpsuits.
Yeah, very good. Yes.
Now, we're coming up to that time in the show.
Mm.
Whereabouts can we find you on the socials for all the listeners out there in Radio Land?
Okay, so the official website is adrianvivian.com.au. On there you will find all the songs and the links to Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube. All on there. And I'd like to say just a big friend of mine, Jeanette Martin, set all of that up for me. I couldn't have done it without her. God bless her.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah.
That's great to hear. Good.
Everyone needs a Jeanette.
Yep. And is Elvis still alive?
He's in Graceland.
Yeah, no, he's still there. He's hanging out with Jim and Mick. Now they're all there down 7-Eleven, I think. Still there.
Yeah.
What about Janice, Jimmy, Kirk?
Yeah, Jim. Kirk, Captain Kirk, or
Spock.
Spock. Yeah, he's all there.
Is there any band that stands out now for you?
Look, no, I can't think of one. You know, I just said before, Coldplay.
Yes, So I mean, that's gone back quite a few years. So
yeah,
that's quite a sad indictment of music at the moment, isn't it?
Well, yes. I can say though, it's more about songs. That's why I'm individual songs that artists do. That's why I'm struggling to find the big name. There's a radio station. There's a few I listen to. They pop out singles. And who remembers the name, you know, unless it's just on high rotation constantly every day. It's pretty hard to remember, but it's individual songs. Yeah.
Do you think there'll ever be another a Doors, a Kinks, a Stones, a Beatles?
No, but you got the next best thing, Adrian Vivian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
He's about to explode.
I'll have to make a note of him.
Sure.
I'll look him up on Facebook. Yeah.
No worries.
You know what? I really love your music, so I'm going to do this, and I don't normally do this. For all the listeners out there, I want you to get behind Adrian, support his Bandcamp, support him as an artist and buy his bloody
Woohoo.
CD.
Thank you.
Yes, definitely do that.
And download. Everything's out there to download. So,
Yeah, but you don't make money on the download. We need you.
oh no,
We need them to buy the CD and buy your merch. You make more money.
true.
But it's not about the money. It's about the music and the love for music.
It is absolutely. It's all about that. The rest is a bonus if it happens. I haven't seen a cent yet.
Have you ever busked?
Yeah, I have actually. Yeah.
It's great fun, isn't it?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
You couldn't at that time. You couldn't go in the major zones like Burke Street. That was reserved for the great acts, but I was more on the fringe, on the outskirts. What was that alleyway? I can't remember. Down by the garbage cans, you know,
All right, yeah.
busking away.
Yeah.
No, that was a lot of fun though. It was great.
All right. Well, I think we better go on to the final track now.
Sure.
Would you like to introduce it, Adrian?
Yes. This is my latest single from Adrian Vivian. It's called We're Going Back to Mars.
That track to me really. There's a few that have caught my eye, or ear, I should say,
Yeah.
this year, and that is one of them. It really is. It's an outstanding,
thank you.
outstanding track, musically and lyrically. And
Appreciate that.
I just wish commercial radio would get hold of it. You'll have to. So if our listeners out there would like to try and get it pushed onto the commercial radio, please do so. And as Matt said earlier, go out there and buy it. Well, thank you very much for taking time out and telling us a bit about your life. And we wish you all the best. And have you got an album coming out?
Well, we've got Hot Nonsense.
Mhm.
There's that album. So that will be released shortly. And then the next one will probably be available in about a year and a half, I suppose. I haven't worked on the title there, but it's coming.
All right. Well, all the best with that and with your gigs as well. And once again,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Matt,
you,
Very
Tony.
much.
Thank you, Tony and Matt, for having me on. Absolute pleasure.
That's great. And have to catch up with you later and when the new album's out.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Bye then.
Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers.
That was cool.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Glad you enjoyed it.
I loved it.
Good.